mama. Oi. Oi, bruv.
Yo,
What's up?
there we go. What the fuck happened?
I have no idea.
I think it's just still trying to like load everything in. I literally just finished setting it up.
Nice. Hopping on Minecraft, bruv.
I'm in the world. I'm just trying to play this for a little bit, grind it out.
Alright.
I got like 3 stacks of iron.
Just off of mining, or?
Yeah, just mining in like caves and whatnot.
Sonic the Hedgehog fucking add-on. What the hell? Oh, it's 7.99. I'm good.
I get the bag. I get the coin. I got a boat on my dick. Go boing yoing. Ooh, iron.
Fuck bitches, get money.
Get money.
Alright, nigga. Give me more chicken.
Oh,
Alright.
go downstairs in the chest on my side. There's some bread down there that you can take if you're running out of food.
Oh, I'm still in creative mode, huh?
Oh, you are?
Slash game mode S. There we go, I'm back in survival.
Oh, okay, there you
I'm good on food. I got a lot of fucking bread.
go. Okay.
Are we still on cheats, right?
Yeah, so we still have like keep inventory and like teleporting and whatnot, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, like I just want to do it in survival.
Yeah, I totally get that. So, how'd it go with your apartment today?
Okay,
Hey,
so
yo, what is
we
this? Is this drip leaves? Is that what that is?
oh yeah.
That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
you see everything?
Yeah, I've never seen drip leaves before, though.
Yeah.
This is a
Uh
cool little nether portal.
yeah. I don't know what I want to do with the room in the back yet, but
Maybe we
we'll
can make it
figure it out.
make it an enchantment room, make it like kind of small, though.
Good, yeah. What was I gonna say? It didn't go too bad. Couple of places were ghetto as fuck.
Well, yeah.
Uh, other places weren't too bad. There's one that I found that I really, really, really like.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think like it's not huge. It's like I think 680 to 700 square feet.
That's not bad.
Uh, but it's like 800 something a month. It's really nice and cheap.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's got like brand new appliances and brand new locks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's right across the street from a King Supers.
Oh, like all the way out there? On fucking like you know what King Supers we used to have a little while ago. You know what I'm talking about?
No, not that far out. It's on Austin Bluffs and Academy. So you know where like the Dutch Bros was and
Mm-hmm.
like the fuck, what is it?
That's pretty far, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. From your house, like right now, or
No, it's not that far. Like from my mom's house, it's maybe a 5 minute drive. It's really not that bad.
it's not bad. I low-key thought. I mean, I guess like with us being on foot most of the time, I low-key thought Dutch Bros was way further.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. But yeah, it's I'm trying to think. You know where the Goodwill is?
Mhm.
Like it's the Goodwill and then like the ghetto Goodwill and then it's next to like a Ross and then whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like down the street from there, so it's not too far.
that's cool. That'll be a fun little experience having a place with your girl.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I just God fucking damn it.
How's everything going with your girl, as a matter of fact? How's all that going?
I mean, she's as
So,
good as she can be in the situation she's in.
so you guys are just getting a place together because she no longer has a place to live, or is this just like a mutual agreement thing that you guys came on to?
Well, we always wanted to get like an apartment together. We didn't
Right.
expect it to be this soon,
Mhm.
but because mom is a psychotic bitch and kicked her daughter out of the house, we have to find a place a lot sooner than we thought.
Where is she staying at right now?
She's at her sister's right now.
And her sister doesn't live with the mom, I'm guessing, right?
No, her sister's like 23 or something.
Alright, not bad, not bad. And is she
Uh,
aware that the mom's like this too, or?
oh, 100%, 100%. The whole family knows that she's a
Yeah,
crazy bitch.
okay.
But
And do they support you guys being together like that, or is it just like they
so
don't support it whatsoever?
her sisters are in total agreement that like she needs to get the fuck out of the house because it's a horrible environment and we're better off just living together.
Right.
Um, her grandparents are very like old fashioned, I would say.
Yeah, like don't move in until you get married or some shit.
Yeah, exactly like that. And it's annoying as fuck
I know
because
that feeling.
Luna, did you just lick my whole fucking blanket? Why is it wet? It's
Yeah,
all wet.
I totally get that situation. That's how my parents are too, believe it or not.
Old fashioned?
I mean, kinda. A little bit of both. A little bit of both worlds. They're
Yeah.
not like old fashioned, but they're definitely not like move in like ASAP, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
Uh,
I introduced the idea of moving with with Mackenzie, and they were just like, you guys should like wait till you get married first, no? And I was like, well, what if I don't want to? And they're like, well, I mean that's your choice. They're not like against the idea, but they don't like the idea, you know?
yeah. What else? Yeah, her sisters are totally on board with us getting our own place.
Mhm.
Her grandparents are like, well, like, because she's not in the wrong at all.
Sure.
Uh, like she got disrespected, she got yelled at, got like pressed, like she got pressed on, and she ended up getting kicked out of her own house because her mom wanted to side with her partner and not her daughter. Like that's some fuck shit.
Right.
But her mom's like very like manipulative and everything.
Is she like
And her grand
mental, or is it just like,
she she okay, so she is a complete alcoholic drunk.
okay, so that makes a
Uh
lot more sense.
fried her brain and so she has the mindset of a like a 13-year-old girl.
Mhm.
Um what else was I gonna say? Oh, her her grandpa, like she loves her grandpa, but her grandpa's trying to get her to just apologize so things will get better. I was like, no, don't listen to your fucking grandpa. I know you love your grandpa. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but don't do that. You're
Why
not in
would
the wrong.
she apologize for something that she didn't even do? That doesn't make any sense.
Because family shouldn't fight, and this isn't what it's supposed to happen. Like this isn't what like family shouldn't be broken up like this. I'm like, well, your fucking crazy bitch daughter kicked her daughter out of the fucking house because she is a psychotic fucking idiot who can't get her shit straight. Ooh, a diamond.
Are you mining
Uh,
right now?
I found a village. I'm about to go mining again. Um, but yeah, it's just like I don't know.
That's crazy. I mean, I feel like he's only saying that because that's like his daughter, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, but like
still, like that's no excuse.
yeah, and she doesn't need to apologize for shit. She didn't do a goddamn thing.
Mhm.
Uh, holy shit, another village. What the fuck? And an outpost. Oh my god. But I'm like, I think you need to do what you feel is right, and if that means moving into a place within the next month, then let's do it. I'm completely down for it. I'm 18. I'll sign the lease. I can sign the papers, and like we'll still just like move on without our day.
Right.
Uh,
What did your mom say to that idea? Is she on board with it too, or?
I mean, so you know my mom. She's like,
Like your mom, to me,
uh,
she's chill. To be honest, like she's cool. But I feel like
she,
with her, like since you're her firstborn son, I feel like she's not
yeah,
gonna be so on board with it as you probably want her
she,
to be.
so yeah, with my mom, she's been a lot more understanding with this than I thought.
Mhm.
Uh, like yeah, so my mom is like she's chill, but she's also very like protective and everything,
Right.
which is fine. But like she just like she's like because of the circumstance, she's okay with me moving in, I think, like and getting my own place. She
Mhm.
just wants me to like be careful about it.
Like she doesn't want you screwing yourself over.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even have a bed.
Fucking gay.
Um, I don't talk to my dad about it too much, but like my dad like is just like he doesn't give two fucks. He's like, you're
Yeah.
18. He's like, my dad was like, you're 18. You can come and go as you please. You can go wherever you want. I don't care.
I wish my parents were that chill. Good lord. Cause
He's
you
like,
could probably spend like the night at your girl's house, huh?
I have so many times.
And nobody's gonna say shit. Exactly.
But like, he's like, you're 18 now. You have responsibilities. If you get yourself in trouble, it's your job to deal with it and figure it out. He's like, I'm not gonna babysit you and walk you through it. And I was like, yeah, completely understandable.
Mhm.
Uh, so Dad's pretty chill with it. I think he's gonna be a little bit, cautious about me getting my own place at 18, especially just turning 18. But like at the end of the day, I am an adult now. It is my decision.
At the
If
end
I
of the
get
day,
fucked up,
you can handle it, right? Like regardless if you
yeah,
get screwed over or not, like you can handle it.
yeah. And like even then, I was like, if I get screwed over, I'm just gonna have to deal with it and figure it out.
Mhm.
Hello,
Is
buddy.
that the village you found all the way out there?
Yeah, I just went to it.
Mm. Nah, but that's, I mean, like you said, like I said before, like at the end of the day, it's like your decision, right? Like in all reality, like getting your own place at 18 is gonna make you mature like way quick. Like you're gonna have to focus on your responsibilities. I will say, the only reason why your parents are being so cautious about it is because like you and your girl have been together for like what, 2 years now, right?
Yeah, 2.5 years. Oh, more than 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years this summer.
Okay, so you guys have been together for just about 3 years, right? I mean, it's a big stepping stone because you guys are clearly
It's a big,
serious.
yeah, it's
Like,
a big stepping stone, but it's also it's still it's still only 3 years.
right. And I'm like, I can see why your parents feel that way, right? I mean, like,
Yeah,
you're the
of course.
firstborn. I mean, they're the same with me, believe it or not. Like, my parents still act like that. What I'm trying to say is, like, I think that this will be a good experience for you because I think that what's gonna happen is like you have basic household chores right now, but as soon as you get your own place, like you're gonna have to start worrying about like rent. You're gonna have to start worrying about like what you're gonna go do. You gotta start worrying about paying like bills and insurance and shit. Like it's gonna be a little bit more stressful, you know. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're gonna get it down, I'm sure. I don't doubt that. But like it's really not that hard to manage your life. I mean, I was struggling at 18, but I fucking figured it out within like a few months. Like you get it down quick, you know.
Well, like that's my biggest thing. I'm so scared of fucking myself over. So I will put in like an unnecessary amount of preparation. Uh like even before the thought of us getting an apartment, I knew it was going to come up one day, and I was like, okay, what do I need? How much do I need to save? What do I need to start looking at? What credit do I need? Like all that stuff.
Yeah. Do you have a credit
Uh,
score? Like, what's your credit score right now?
I don't have a credit card, so I can't just look because I
Mm.
don't know. But I'm probably gonna apply for one by the end of the week, and like just strictly use it for gas. I'm not using it for anything else.
I can teach you a little bit of a trick if you really need to know, like, how to save money as quick as possible.
What's that?
So what I do is a trick my dad actually taught me. He calls it floating your money, and
Yeah, I've heard of it.
it's using credit to your advantage, but not in like a stupid way. You know, like you kind of
Yeah,
have to be like really disciplined with it.
100%.
Like first things first, right? Like you want to know how much are you pulling in within like a monthly income, you know what I mean? Like for me, I like right now since I'm in school, I'm probably pulling like maybe 1800 max, right? That's not a lot.
Which isn't bad either.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not great. I'm not worried about it really. Um, and what I do is I think about floating my money, right? Like when I float my money, what that means is if I spend like so when you get a credit card, you're gonna get statements, right? A statement is the money that you racked up within a month and you owe that on the due date. That's a statement. And
Yeah,
when that is due, you have to pay it. If you don't pay it, you get interest. When you get interest, the money is you're over in the long run, you're losing money off of that, right? You already kind of know that.
yeah. Because it's just gonna like the more it's over, like the more you take, the longer you take to pay it off, the more money that's gonna add up.
Exactly. And what floating your money is like let's say I spent fucking I don't know I spent uh or let me do like a quick example for like my last statement. Like last statement, I went to Big Bear. I fucking paid my car tags. I did like all sorts of shit. My buddy asked me if he could borrow some money, so I spent some money on my card for him, and I had no problem with that, right?
Yeah,
And I also paid for the Jeep repairs. That was like another 2 grand. So my statement overall was like 3,500 bucks. And I figured I'm like most of that is like gonna be like coming back to me, like my friends. So I deducted like how much of that was coming to me and how much I actually spent. So I actually spent like 1 grand.
yeah,
Um, the rest was like what my friends or like my mom needed me to spend, right? I had no problem doing that. Um, and when you do the deductions, right? Like I make 1,800 a month. I really only spent 1,000. But when I say floating your money, you spent 1,000 in January, and it's not due until like fucking March, right? So you still have that month to build up that money and pay off that statement. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So what floating your money is you spend money 1 month and then that statement isn't due for like another month afterward. Like I spent the money in December, it's not due until the statement ended in June, or not in June, January, and it wasn't due until just recently, like a few days ago. So I paid it and I saved a bunch of money. Like I overall, like I saved like 4 paychecks and I still had money to pay that off.
very
Because
good.
not only because I saved the money, but because I was floating it. Like I didn't just pay that off right away. Like I have time to build up the money to pay it off. And that's called floating your money. So if you get a credit card, be very smart with it, right? Like you can obviously just use it to pay gas, but like if you do, I don't know, you do $200 worth of gas, which is pretty realistic nowadays.
Yeah.
You do like $200 worth of gas, right? And you spend that, like your statement starts January, I don't know, 5th, and
Oh,
it ends on February 5th, right? So then you spent $200 in January, ends in February, and that statement isn't due until March.
hmm.
So let's say you don't spend any money in, well, you can spend more money in February anyways, but if you spend money in February, then it'll add to your current balance, meaning your current balance is how much you owe total. Like if you were to pay off everything in one shot, that's how much you would owe as the current balance. But you're just worried about the statements, not the current balance. Don't pay the current balance because regardless, you're gonna pay that off in due time anyways. Um, and what you would do is you would wait for that due date in March to come up before you pay that $200 back. So theoretically, if you get paid twice a month, you were technically getting 4 paychecks before you even come up to get that $200 bill. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So let's say you made, I don't know, like $3,000 a month. You spent $200 on gas in January. It's not due until March. So technically, you made $6,000 before you had to pay off a $200 bill. That's how you float your money.
Okay.
It's very simple. It's a simple concept. It's very hard to like it's not very hard to understand. It's a simple concept, like I said. It's
It's
a
like
lot of
tedious.
discipline. It's a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
Like this month alone, I think I spent like $1,300. But to be fair, it's my last full-time paycheck. I just got paid. It's my last full-time paycheck, so I wanted to go a little bit higher in how much I spent because I knew I was gonna get more money eventually. So that statement isn't due until next month because I spent a bunch of money in January. It ends I think tomorrow or on the 12th of February, and it's not due until March. So
Okay.
I'm floating that money because I know I can hold on to that for a little while before I had to pay it. And my dad taught me that trick. He does it a lot, and it low key helps a lot. Like I've saved so much money just off of doing that. Like you have no idea. Because what I used to do is I just paid the current balance like every time I was paying like 1,500 or like another 1,000 there, another fucking I don't know 800 there. Like I was paying a lot of money. I wasn't saving a whole lot. No, I was like low key going broke. And my dad taught me that
Yeah.
trick, and I'm doing fantastic.
Sweet.
Yeah, super easy trick. Like I said, it just takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of like remembering how much you're actually spending. And then if you're gonna get a credit card too, don't just like it's a really easy concept to understand because it's just borrowed money, right? But don't
Yeah.
think of it as like you have unlimited money. Your
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
your limit is probably gonna be very low to start, like very low. Mine is
Yeah.
5,000, but my first credit card was like $1,000, and then it like went up from there.
Okay.
So if you get a low limit, don't put yourself down about it. It's gonna take some time. Unless you have a cosigner, like I don't know, your dad or your mom, like that's different. Like your score is gonna be way higher. But if you don't pay it back, that can also affect them because they co-sign for you. So if you just do it
Yeah.
yourself, it won't affect them, but it'll also give you a lower limit, so you won't have as much to spend, I guess. You know what I mean?
That's what my mom was saying too. She was like, I'm not willing, like, she's like, I'm all for you getting a credit card and whatever, but
Hmm.
she's like, I'm not willing to co-sign for it because I'm not willing to put myself in debt again. Because she was in like some serious debt when she was younger, and it like
Yeah.
fucked her.
Right, and that's a completely understandable statement, right? Because like that's her putting her credit on the line for you, and technically, if you go in debt and she co-signed for you, then she can technically be held liable for that too. And
Yeah,
that's why she said
yeah, which I don't blame her.
that.
Off topic. I found a trial chamber.
Right.
I don't know how I did that. Just digging.
But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to floating your money. It's not a hard concept to understand. It's super easy. It just, like I said, takes a lot of discipline. That's really all there is to it. Like
Yeah.
if you understand it and you get it, like you will not have a hard time whatsoever. I promise. I promise you, you will not have a hard time at all.
Yeah.
Um, like I do it all the time right now. Like I just paid like my $3,000 like statement, but I still have like another fucking 4,000 in the bank, right? Like I saved that, you know?
Yeah.
So it really just depends on how like well you do it, I guess. That's how I see it. That's an easy trick that you learned is you can float your money if you do it the right way. That's all I would say.
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, like when you get a place, like I promise you, it's probably gonna be rough for a little while. You really don't need to save money, right? Like you should probably have money saved for like a few months of rent. Like let's say you lose your job, like you should have money for like the first couple months of rent, or at least like you and your girl combined should have that kind of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if your rent is 800, you guys should have at least 24 to 3,000 saved, just in case one of you guys lose your job. You guys can at least cover the rent so you have a roof over your head. Because the job economy is pretty fucking shitty right now. You can't just go out and find a job like you could before.
Yeah.
But I mean that's
It's
pretty
a
much.
lot easier to get a job, but at the same time, it's so hard, you know?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Like it's easy to
Oh,
just pick up a job, sure, but it's hard to just
find
like
a good
get
job.
the interview, find a good job, exactly, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I think you guys will be fine. I think you'll enjoy it. I think one thing you're gonna have to get that's not gonna like that's gonna be kind of hard for you is not being able to like do the things that you want all the time. I would say because that's one thing I did realize. Like like everyone who says like oh they have an apartment with like their significant other, like they can't always do what they want. Like they have to put their significant other first, you know what I mean? Because you
Yeah.
live with them. Like you can't just, if it was like a roommate that's different, but they're not your roommate, they're like your significant other. So that's different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that'll be a learning curve for sure. Like you probably won't be able to hop on like that often anymore, like even at all, to be honest. Or which I don't that
Uh,
doesn't
I'm
bother
still,
me, but
I'm still gonna play. We made that agreement where I'm like, we're gonna be moving in, and oh fuck. I was like, we're gonna be moving in. I still wanna, like, I still get to, like, play my game, like, and do the stuff I like. Like,
yeah.
love you, but not all of my attention can go to you.
And I agree with that statement. My girlfriend said the same thing. Right, like my girlfriend's very clingy, but at the same time, like I understand that she likes her time by herself to, watch her shows or
Yeah.
to like read her book or do whatever. And that's good.
Hmm.
I'm glad you guys have come to that mutual agreement because you don't want to just go straight into an apartment and be like, oh, like I can't hang out with my buddies because my girl won't let me. Like that shouldn't be how that is.
Yeah, it's stupid and it's just toxic.
Yeah. So if you guys are gonna move in, like I said, if you need money for like a month rent or something, just let me know. I don't mind sparing you some if I have some money to spare.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
and then like I don't know, like if you guys ever going through some shit, like you can always talk to me. You don't have to. I mean, it's better not to, but if you want to, I'm always here for you as well. Cause
No,
it's gonna be
yeah.
a rough couple months. I'll tell you that it's gonna be a rough couple months for starters, because it's obviously a new environment for you. You're away from home, so on. Another thing too is like if you guys have like family like outings, like you're gonna have to choose like between the families, you know, like if they're happening at the
Yeah.
same time, like that's a hard thing to choose from.
Yeah.
I think you guys will be fine. I'm not really worried about you two. I'm sure you'll be fine. But one thing
I'm
too
gonna
is
come
if
back
you
to
guys really
crazy.
have to
Yeah.
like hammer down on like your expenses too. Like if you guys are trying to save money, you have to really budget yourself and like not eat out a lot or so on and so forth, you know.
Yeah.
like me and my girl talked about it. Like if we were to move in together, like we talked about like how would we do things. I'm like I would probably cover the rent because I get paid by the military if I move out of my house to go
Oh,
get an apartment. I can get paid by the military, so I'll more than likely cover the rent.
that's pretty sick.
I don't know if that's true or not, but my mom told me that if I ever moved out to go to college, as long as I'm in college, I can get paid a monthly income to pay for my rent. But I don't know. I would take that with a grain of salt because I don't know if that's actually happening or not.
Yeah.
Or if I move out, we'll see. So she's like, if you ever wanted to, she's like, you probably could and it'd be okay. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I'd probably cover the rent until we get a house. If we get a house, then maybe split the mortgage. Like cooking, like if she cooks, I clean. Like if she's at work and I happen to be off, like I'll clean the house and I'll organize. Like my thing is organization, her thing is cleaning. Like I'm very
Yeah.
organized, but I suck at cleaning. And she's not so organized, but she is amazing at cleaning.
Yeah.
So like there's things that I suck at that she's amazing at, and there's things that I'm good at that she's not good at. So we just kind of like go hand in hand with that. Like we talk about it, you know. And the thing is too, like you guys are gonna have to communicate like a lot, you know. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
there's gonna be times where you want to go out with your friends and she wants you to stay home. Like you're gonna have to make that decision. But like if you're not getting enough time with your friends, like that's gonna affect your mental health, you know, because you're gonna see her every day now. It's not gonna be like you see her sometimes, you know. That'll be a hard. I don't think that'd be a hard thing to adjust to. I think it'll just be kind of weird. I guess it'd be kind of weird to get used to
Yeah.
that.
Well, like another thing is like because we're moving in, we can't if we get in a fight or an argument, we can't just like oh fuck.
Oh
Oh
my
fuck.
god, why is there so many fucking zombies right here?
That was like if we get in a fight, we can't just like like hang up the phone and like just take a minute. Like at the end of the day, we're gonna be going to sleep in the same bed. We're
Mhm.
gonna be around each other that whole damn time. Oh fuck!
There is so many fucking mobs. Good god.
Why is there a baby zombie in the goddamn nether?
I mean, yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, you guys are gonna be under the same roof. Like, you can't just go home and like not talk things out, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one thing you have to get used to as well, right? Like, you can't always just sleep on the couch, and you're not gonna let your girl sleep on the couch. I mean, that's kind of fucked up.
yeah,
But at the same time, like, you gotta think about like with me and my girl fight. Like, we don't fight for very long. Like we talk it out like right there and then. Like as soon as we get mad, we're just like, all right, we need to just take a second. Like what's going on? How can I fix this? That's gonna be a huge curve to get used to as well. But I think you guys will be fine.
yeah. But like, I think another thing is, why the fuck? What was I gonna say? I don't fucking know. Um, what was the last thing you said? I can't fucking remember what I was gonna say. God damn it.
Just talking about fucking fighting and how you guys are gonna have to talk it out like right
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. I was like, and I think like I'm not gonna lie, me and my girl will get into it sometimes, but like we're usually pretty good at like talking about like who fucked up, how fucked up it was, how long it. Oh, I'm gonna fucking die again. Ow.
Yeah.
Uh, but, like we're usually pretty good at like talking about it and talking through it, like who fucked up, uh, and then like getting over it within like the same day.
Mhm. I mean, thankfully
Bitch,
for me
what's
and my
wrong?
girl, usually I'm the one who causes the problems.
Me too.
I mean, you know what? Fuck it. I mean, my girl has her moments, I guess, but it's not very often. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will be fine. I'm not really worried about it. I'm happy
Yeah,
for you, bro. I'm proud of you, man.
thank you. When are you? So, are you still planning on getting your own place at some point?
Uh, I want
Like, have you
to.
guys really talked about it?
Yeah, but but we're kind of on like, kind of in the fork in the road, I guess.
Where's that?
Like it's something we want to do, but we can't really like come to an agreement, I guess.
In what?
Everything, like just moving in together in general, like we can't come to an agreement. Like there's so
Like she doesn't
much.
want to, or what can't you agree on?
She doesn't want to. Like it doesn't.
Of-
Well, it's not that she doesn't want to. It's that she doesn't want to right now, and I'll tell you why. So like recently I've gotten really, really, really good at like balancing my life. You know, like I have like certain days I do certain things. I have like my set routine every day. I'm trying to like better my diet and stop eating like shit all the time. You know, I'm trying
yeah.
to like do better. And one thing I have is like Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, I specifically save those days for my girl. Like I don't go out with anybody, I don't make any plans. Like those are my days for my girl. And if I have to make plans or I have to change my plans in those days, I will change another day in the week to make up the time lost with my girlfriend. And like this Monday was our anniversary. Like I had to cut off like my school day short. I had to cut that short because I wanted to hang out with her, right? And I had no problem with that.
Yeah, of course.
Um, and mm, so the thing that we're struggling with right now is that she has an uncle, right? Like her uncle, he's like fucking, I don't know, 70, like late 70s. I think he might be 75. I have no fucking idea how old the guy is. But his wife just passed away, right? Her aunt.
Okay.
And he's just a lonely old man, fucking loves sipping on Bud Lights all day, like takes away his feelings, right? Typical old man, like lonely shit. Um, and the problem that we're having right now is that she lives with her mom. I live with my parents. She lives with her mom. And the thing with her mom is that like her mom doesn't want to move out of state until her uncle Ty is dead or like passed away, right?
Yeah.
Which is understandable, right? Because everybody in her family wants to move to Texas. The reason why is because her sister is a huge, huge, huge fucking Republican. Like you can't even fucking shift her from Republican. I'm okay with that, right? Like I can respect a Republican. I don't care who you vote for. I don't give a shit about that. But she is like super Trumpy. Like she literally has Trump pajamas. That's how bad it is.
Oh God.
So she moved to Texas because her and her husband are super Trumpies. And um so when they moved, her sister was like really like my girl's mom was really hurt by that. She was like, "Oh, you didn't want to stay in California with us. Like, why is that?" So now her mom wants to move to Texas. I don't want to fucking go to Texas, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking go to Texas. I can go on and on and on all day about fucking Texas. I don't want to move there. And my girl went there on a vacation one time, and she was like, "Oh, like this is
It's
fucking
not so bad.
terrible. Like this is fucking
Oh,
terrible.
okay.
Like I'm drinking my fucking face off with my cousins because I don't want to be here on this fucking trip." And then she goes a second time and she visits like where like mind you, my girl's mom, her sister,
Bro, what the fuck?
my girl's aunt, there you go. My girl's aunt is extremely fucking rich. Like extremely fucking rich. And she lives in a
Yeah.
very, very, very rich neighborhood. And my girl was like, "Oh, this isn't so bad. Like this is kind of nice." But I'm like, "You went to the nicer parts of Texas. Like
Yeah, of
you
course.
haven't lived there. You haven't seen it. Like I don't want to move there." Like I've been to Texas. I don't like it there. Like I hate it. I really don't like it. And my girl's like very dead set on living in Arizona at least once or twice in her life, or just staying there the rest of her life. Like she's been in
Uh,
California her entire life. And me, I'm like, oh yeah, let's go to Arizona. Like fine, let's go to Arizona. Like I have no problem with that, right? Let's do it. But as soon as like I even bring up the idea, she's just like, nah.
what?
So I talk to her about this like all the time, and I'm like, so, cause she complains I have a curfew, right? I come back at 12:30. That's my curfew, like a.m., like 12:30 a.m., midnight,
Yeah.
a little bit past midnight, and that's my curfew. I have no problem having a curfew. I don't have my own place yet. I can't complain about a curfew. Um, but she complains about a curfew because she's very clingy. She wants me to be with her like all the time, and I don't have a problem with that. But I keep telling her, like, she complains a lot about this, and I'm like, you cannot complain about my curfew because you refuse to move in with me.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fucking valid.
And I'm like, when you want to move in with me, then you can complain about me going out late or coming back late. Like, then you can complain. But until then, I don't want to hear a fucking complaint. And then she shuts up real quick. Because she knows she's wrong, right? Like, I don't live in
Yeah.
a, like, her mom is chill because she's an only child. My girl was adopted, right? So what? She's moved past it. I moved past it, whatever. But she, like, her mom does not care when she comes home, doesn't have a curfew. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. She's kind of like your dad, but she's a female.
Yeah.
Um, has her own responsibilities. She pays her own fucking car payment, pays the rent. Like, she's 18. Well, she's 21 now, but has the responsibilities. And
I gotta hop. Just so you know, I gotta hop off in like 5 minutes or so.
okay, fuck it. And like, long story short, she won't move in with me because she wants to move to Texas.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I can afford a house out in Texas. I don't want to get an apartment. Like, I want to move to Texas. I can afford a house out there because it's cheap. I'm like, no, it's not cheap, actually. Your income tax is through the roof. Your taxes are through the roof. Houses are cheap. Apartments are cheap. But everything else
Houses
is
are
expensive as
houses
fuck.
are houses are cheap, but that doesn't include utilities, mortgage, all that other shit that is 10 times more expensive out there.
And I keep trying to tell her that. I keep trying to tell her that. And like, if you look at houses in California, like, yeah, houses are expensive, but the bills aren't as bad, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I don't think my girl understands that, and it low key pisses me off. And I keep telling her, I'm like, I'm like, if I have to move, like, for college, like, if I have to move out of my house for college, like, if I have to go somewhere else, like, out of like Santa Maria, like, I want you to move in with me. And
Yeah.
she's like, I don't think I would. And I'm like, why not? I'm like, I thought we were serious. And she's like, we are serious, but I don't want to move out of like my house. I want to move from my house to another house. I'm like, okay. I'm like, but that's not how that works. I'm like, unless you have a start out, like a good start off, because she saves money, right? Like her mom, she pays her mom rent, but that rent goes into a jar. It's like 800 a month, and that $800 is being added to a jar every month. And when she moves out, she can have that money back, right? Cool.
Yeah.
I don't have that benefit. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. But my girl is so set on like, oh, I'm paying rent. Like, I'm gonna go somewhere else and pay the same amount of rent, but I'm not gonna get that same benefit. I'm like, well, yeah, no shit. That's how it works. Um, and like, she just doesn't want to move in with me because it's low-key expensive out here. Like, where we are at currently, like, it's cheap where it's ghetto. Like, really fucking ghetto.
But even then, like you both are gonna like help out. There's nothing to really worry about.
Right. And the thing
Like,
that bothers me is, like, she's so, like, we could easily afford rent. Like, yeah, it's like fucking 1,500 for an apartment. That's like 750 each. Not even that bad. I used to pay $800 rent. She still pays $800 rent. We could probably afford that super easy, but she won't do it. She won't do it. And I don't understand why. And it's not that she's not in love with me, it's just because like she doesn't want to be in California anymore, I guess. Like, and which is a valid point. Sure, I can understand that. But I want to finish college here in California because it's paid for, right, by the military. My mom's disability benefit. It is paid for. It is not, if I move out of state, like I have to pay for that out of my own pocket, and um, out of state tuition is expensive as fuck. So we're in a crossroads right now where she won't move in with me because I want to live here in California for like 3 more years, and then move somewhere else, preferably Arizona or
or
maybe
no.
Colorado. I have no fucking idea. I don't know yet. I don't know what to do. But we can't seem to come to an agreement. That's the only problem. So
Yeah.
I feel like we probably could move in right now. That wouldn't even be a problem. But my girl doesn't seem to be like on the same. Doesn't seem to have the same idea as I do, I guess.
I gotcha.
That many,
Well,
I mean, fuck it, Raiders, but it's like low-key annoying.
yeah. Well, I gotta hop off, but in the event you guys do come to agreement and move back to Colorado, I mean, you guys have a place. I'll let you stay as long as you need.
Thank you.
Of course.
It'll be a while. But
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Fuck,
All right,
I'm
buddy.
making it work.
Yeah.
Night, bro.
I will see you later.